Should we talk about Jamesy's apology?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just that, yeah, right after we recorded our State of the Union on this very pressing matter, for which we're profiting immensely.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say it equates to about $50 in 2 months.
Maybe.
Maybe. He released a public apology video, but it was unlisted and it was on the Plays channel, not the main channel. So obviously his critics thought that was like a soft apology, like it was kind of like, and I'm sure that was the strategy, was we don't need this to go to too many eyeballs. And again, much like what we said, the concern seemed less about like the plagiarism part of it, and which of course is kind of more like a cudgel for people who don't like him to beat him up. And it was more the reveal that like, oh yeah, I don't actually work on this stuff. I get gremlins who plagiarize to do this stuff. And I started, once it kind of hit the mainstream, once it was kind of, there was some chatter on Twitter and stuff. Yeah, it seemed like the primary, sure enough, man. I see that we know what we're talking about. It seemed like the primary complaint was like, I don't really know if I want to keep watching. Now that I've found out that you don't work on this stuff, I don't know how they missed that detail across the last 7 years, but
yeah, I think we're probably more attuned to that just because of what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought the apology video was fine. It seemed like he owned it pretty well. Like, like he was talking about, it's like if you cheat on a test, like you'll fail. You know,
the excuse continues to not make sense. Like, well, see, we were doing this research, and then it got mixed up in the peanut butter, and then we,
yeah, that the kind of like, well, you know, some other entity accidentally plagiarized. No, you don't.
And then the maid came in and she spilled ink on the paper, and then we tried to dry it off, and then overnight some other words got inside of it. Yeah, like it's just no. Look, Newt needed to get his homework done, and he did it the fastest way he could.
Yeah, I haven't been following after that apology. I just know that the next couple ones were like, they were shorter and it seemed like things were excised from them. And
I actually haven't been watching them, but I know that Newt guy yesterday or the other day, he was like, due to mental and physical health problems I've been having across the year, I will no longer appear on Hack the Movies with Tony, which is I believe is a Screenwave production. I don't know for sure, but it does seem like maybe he's making a soft exit from Screenwave.
Yeah, I mean, you know. So that's that.
Another thing we should mention is that Justin Silverman did comment on our video, so we suspected this guy's paying attention. So these Red Cow dudes keep bringing it up, and so he's gonna listen eventually. There's another guy, nicely lit background, talking about James for 23 minutes, and he coined the term cinema ass lickers or something, cinema ass lickers, because he got comment bombed as well by the likes of Cinemassacre fans.
We didn't get bombed as much. I think the plagiarism stuff really struck a chord with people, so we didn't get bombed as much as I thought that we were.
Not nearly as much. Yeah, it is.
I remember when I roped you into this, I was like, we have to talk about this, and you're just like, okay, I guess we are.
Well, fair enough. They're like, look at the dude look at the small guy with no beard. I'm like, are you describing the opposite of me from 2 years ago? Like, look at him, just squealing with delight to be talking about Cinemassacre. And I was like, I was the one who was like, I'd rather not. But I can't resist the $12 in potential monetization. Yeah. I can't resist it. Justin's comment was that Screenwave does not own Cinemassacre. So all of the people that rushed to tell us that they are wrong. They'll say that Justin is lying or something. I don't know at this point. Gives a who owns who?
Who cares?
I don't give a shit. You know, I don't give a shit who owns who. All I know is that Cinemassacre blows.
Justin, come on our podcast.
Justin, would you like to attend the podcast? Yeah, and then he actually did address that. He was like, I don't really have time, he said, to be on the podcast, but
I understand. He has quite a crisis to put out the fires.
Yeah, he's got
lots of scripts to rewrite.
Yeah, and a lot of nonsensical apologies to construct that James has to read. But he took note of my. He must have went through our channel, is what this means. He took note of my weight loss video and was like, and by the way, congratulations on the weight loss video. It almost felt a little bit like, would be an awful shame if you gained all that weight back. It felt a little bit like a threat. No, I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, he I don't know. It would be fun to have him on, just to have a little chit chat about.
Yeah, no, actually, seriously. Like, I'm not. This is not facetious. I would love to talk to him.
Again, I don't know how it would. I don't know how like
I'm not. If he comes on the podcast, I'm not gonna grill him. I'm not gonna come
this
up
is not
with
the Red Cow trial.
Yeah, we're not gonna come up with a bunch of Cinemassacre truth questions to grill him on.
Please tell us about the state of Bootsy's bank account.
Does he like baseball?
Yeah. See how deep we are in this.
I'm just curious as him as a man. I like Gengar too. I like Pokemon.
There probably would be a few I would want to know, like, you're criticized a lot for appearing in the content. What makes you compelled to continue appearing in the content when it's unpopular? I would want to know that, like, because he's accused of being like an attention whore, and I'm curious if that's true or not. I don't know. The other option is that he might be like, well, it's not so much that I'm an attention whore as it is that it's my job to keep making Cinemassacre content, and James is often unavailable utterly to make Cinemassacre content. So, like, we need to push other personalities, and sometimes I'm the only one around. That could be a reasonable answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same reason you could say, why is EJ in any of the content? It's like, because I want to be a part of it. I want to create it. I want to proliferate it, you know?
But I guess people would say he hijacked something that was a working model, you know, and as we've mentioned already plenty of times, like, there was no transition, there was no intro. It was just one day you were getting gobbled up by Justin.
No, I completely agree with that. I think, more communication, but at the same time, whatever. None of this is important.
None of it's important, indeed. But I was surprised by how many people were like, oh, give it a rest, leave him alone, let him plagiarize. Like, you hold your tongue. Like, now is not the time to be simping for Cinemassacre. This is clearly a channel that's in trouble. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm going to wag my finger a little bit more, too. There it is.
Nah.
I'll just throw this in real quick. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'd love to hear more about, like, how you lost weight, which is cool of him to say. But they give him so much shit for being fat, this poor guy, and so wouldn't it be fascinating if he and I could have a discussion about weight loss?
Yeah, man. If you could be Justin's personal trainer, I don't know.
That's in some ways the ultimate troll.
Be the ultimate Cinemassacre truth victory.
Right? Like something positive came from this.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.